I died? Huh. Funny that. You see, in Dark Souls 3, there weren't too many moments where I thought, f*** yes, man, that was hard. Instead, I barely died. Even on my first encounters with bosses, I would mostly win. Maybe I just got better at the game in general, or maybe it was the fact that Dark Souls 3 allows you to maintain a safe bait and punish type playstyle. Either way, I didn't get that sense of achievement I was rewarded with in Dark Souls 1. Now, by no means am I saying that Dark Souls 3 is a bad game. In fact, it remains to be one of my favorite games of all time. Having said that, maybe I'm just trying to have my cake and eat it, but it could have been slightly better. Sure, you could argue that From Software streamlined the game, made it more accessible and flashy for newcomers, and while this did pay dividends for their business, it doesn't really apply to me, as this is just a personal opinion. Now, at this point you might be thinking, Arclet, what does this have to do with Bloodborne in comparison to Dark Souls 3? Well, I'll get to that in a moment. What I really liked about Bloodborne was the gameplay felt really fluid and graceful, and in saying this, I'm aware a lot of Dark Souls enjoyment comes from anticipating attacks and patterns beforehand, somewhat akin to games such as Monster Hunter, great series by the way, but I don't know, it was a breath of fresh air, especially after the atrocity known as Dark Souls 2. And to be honest, it's always the little things that make you biased and tide you over when comparing amazing games. Even if one game has superior graphics or better presentation and game flow, sometimes it's just small things like unique weapon designs or looking like a badass that, make you like a game more. Now, I'm not saying Bloodborne is without flaws. One of my biggest gripes with Bloodborne is the shortage of customizable builds and by extension a weak PvP scene. Though I guess with Dark Souls 3, despite it having a good start to PvP, it's kinda getting bottlenecked into a short number of viable weapons, so it's lost its novelty for me. Okay, so with the points I've made thus far, you're probably under the impression that I prefer Bloodborne more, right? Actually, I prefer neither. To me, Dark Souls 1 is better than both games. But if I really had to rank them, it would be Dark Souls 1, followed by Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 tied, followed by Demon Souls, and then Dark Souls 2. Alright, so that's what I thought about the two games. Both have their merits and I highly enjoyed them. Dark Souls 3 does have some new DLC coming up, so I am looking forward to that. Leave a like and subscribe. Arclet, signing out.
Told you, homeboy, you can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we